And it's a photo of my granddaughter and a little selfie that I took of the two of us. I'm going to be using a bunch of papers from Bella Boulevard. I wanted to use that floral paper, like maybe in a big chunk. And then when I'm kind of playing with this a little bit, thinking maybe the blue will go over the floral, but I'm not sure. So what I'm doing now is I'm kind of putting our photo on that striped paper, and I'm just going to trim that up to see how I like it. I do have a couple of other options there, which I really like that white with, it's got a tiny little blue speckled dot on it. So that is from Creative Memories. And then the striped paper is Bella Boulevard Popsicles and Pandas, but it's a scrap, so I don't know what the actual name of it is. I'm going to go and cut off the border strip on here because when I pulled out that other blue, light blue paper, I realized I loved the two scraps of the yellow and the green right sitting on top of the cardstock. And then the cardstock, see, and then the cardstock sitting on the blue. And it just totally made the layout once I saw those two scraps kind of with it that way. So that cardstock is Basil Admiral. It's the navy that I use most often. And I love that. It's a great kind of navy. It is a little off to a true navy blue, but it worked perfectly with this floral paper. And I love how you get the floral, but you don't get, like, it's not so busy. And then I use this floral paper in the layout before. I have talked about this in the last layout, how everything, I did 4 layouts in a row on the same day, and I just kept working with kind of some of the same supplies over and over and again. So there were commonalities, although they weren't the same. So the floral paper and the navy is something that this had in common with the 2 layouts before. So I decided to make these 2 scraps here into banners. That green paper is from Bella Boulevard Popsicles and Pandas. Again, it's a scrap, so I don't know what it is. And that yellow gingham paper is from American Crafts Mayberry. And again, that is a scrap, so I don't know what it is. I do love this little pocket, and it would be fun to pop a journaling card in there to journal on, perhaps, or something. I don't have a ton to say about this. It's just the photo of the 2 of us, but it just didn't look right. I like this Hello Love because she is a little love bug for me, but I just was not making it work. Originally, I thought I would use these, like this little camera and this little key as like key to my heart. And there's a cute little piece there that says keeper. Now that I think about it, I should use that with my grandson. That would be cute. I have his baby photos to still do. So like I could do the camera and the key to my heart and keeper, because he is a keeper. I saw him yesterday. Oh my gosh, he's so smiley. Actually, he was not so sure about Grandma right away. He was sitting in a little chair that he has, and I took him out of it because he was getting upset. He's teething right now. And I was holding on to him, and my stepson was standing next to me, and all of a sudden he realized I was holding him, and he didn't like that so much. He wanted his dad. So then he took him, and then about 5 minutes later, he wanted to come back to me. It was very cute. All right, so then I pulled this acrylic piece from the Amy Tangerine Better Together die cuts. Now that'll never show up on all that pattern, but what I did with the last one of these on the previous layout, and that is, let's see, you probably will have seen this one already, but it is called Love You Beyond Measure, just in case you didn't see it. What I'm doing here is I'm just going to add these tiny little glue dots to the back of this. And yes, you can kind of see them through the acrylic, but I put them on a darker piece and I kind of arranged them around like little dots on the flower petals, or also in the word today. So it just like looks like darker spots in it because they're kind of watercolory looking. These acrylics are little bit watery color. There's a lot of light and dark in them. And then I just attached it to not the textured side of the cardstock, but the opposite side. And then I just fussy cut them. And oh my gosh, you guys, it makes such a difference. It kind of like, I don't know why I didn't really think of doing this before, because obviously if you have clear stickers, that's a great way to use your clear stickers, is just to put them on white, if they're not working for you the other way. So that it's just, I love this. So now I just have a couple more of these to use up. And I've had these for, I don't know when that collection came out, but it's probably 2 years old at least. And I still had these hanging around. Then I found that little die cut there that says "Sending My Love." Not that I'm sending it, but that is again from Amy Tangerine Better Together. I was thinking about using that XOXO acrylic, which is, you could barely see it, but I can tell you that's what it was. But it was too long. And I like how, I made these into banners, and I'm kind of playing with this. Just looking through my box of Amy Tangerine die cuts. I'll get that one up there. And then get this all glued down here. I was going to pop up the banner tails, and I just realized I didn't, but that's okay. I think there's dimension and other things on here. It is a little bit more of a flat layout, because just something at the end that I put in has dimension. Everything else is pretty flat, but that's okay. That's a mix in the books, right? All right, so now I do need a little bit of journaling, and as I went to do this, I saw this cute little heart and house, and there is not a house there, but I love anywhere. We're at the zoo, but I love the little heart in it, and it was navy to bring that navy from the background into the cluster here, so that it kind of pulled everything together more. So I thought that was a good use. Now I'm looking for some sort of label so that I can journal on that in a navy as well, so I can spread that from one side of the cluster to the other. And I find it there. That's going to be big enough. I have a little tail where it actually is a cut apart, not a die cut there. And that's from my box of Ellie's Studio Goodies. I'm almost out of the navy ones though. All right, I almost wish that when they did the printables, they would do them by color so that you could separate them, because otherwise you have to print the whole sheet. And really, I just want to print, the same navy label 5 times or 10 times actually. All right, so I'm actually doing my journaling on camera because it's pretty short here. And then I didn't have room on that label, so I'm just putting the date up there on that piece. And it's a little hard to see in the video, but you can actually see it really well in person, in real life. Just want to make sure it's documented so that they know like what date it is, if they ever want to go back and look at like how old the kids were there. Right, I'm adding my Mrs. Sparkle Puffy Hearts from Joann's, from their like dollar spot, in the turquoise and green, and that's just a little bit of extra dimension and texture. I love these things because they're really shiny. They're so cute. And just adding 2 of each color there. All right, guys, coming up, the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you guys are all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye.